It goes down in the toilet, you gotta know. Would it have helped? No. Would it have helped? No. Is he firing coming in through the window? Yeah, because it's just confusing. Too early for lunch time. Hello, Paul. How are you? Thank you. Can I come in? Good. I'm sure. I'm sure.
There's nothing I can do to update.
Yeah, we're all sitting there, everyone's like refresh, and it's not working. I'm like, let me just ask Paul, maybe I'm like, are we streaming?
I have to manually calculate the
Would you be able to announce it, or something going to tell? Yeah. Obviously, those who are starting to have some whiskeys, I said, you better stop. I think we've made it. We should stop drinking until we know if we, we're alcohol. after last night.
Hey, the sides is up. I checked the Freeman tubes if they're ready. Yeah, in about 3 minutes you can run the games. The games are set up for 3 men already. So in 3 minutes you can start tournament.
Okay, cool.
If all the teams is ready.
I'll let them know now.
Titans against Sons of Liberty and X Factor against Lockdown. Titans X Factor left. Yeah.
I thought they were undoing your pants.
Yeah,
I was
why
like,
are you undoing it?
I'm not at that point yet. I actually don't know why you're trying to drive me.
You should have seen this morning. I had my pants down. I had a medic on the right leg, medic on the left leg.
Why? I don't know what they would do, but it felt good. Byron,
see you guys on the field.
was it better than me last night? Okay, no, then it's okay.
problem with the one crony that I've sorted out now, so the batteries are popped. I'll just run it down a bit. There was a 5 guys for after 4.
Ah.
Die vier jaar.
Hear us while you were busy.
Can you have a 12 percent around? Nee. 5 nou.
Thought I was talking to you while you were having a moment.
My tyd met so teken met maar dit was nou maar obviously earpod listeners was weer gelyk. Die die afstel was 'n bietjie swak.
Waar was dit gewees?
Dis op aan nou begin by die Edwin Casino tot daarso net verby die Animal Park en dan weer terug tot die
Waar sounds of the latest aangekoppel op die
The speaker on Paul.
So I stopped it, but it didn't beep anymore. It stopped, yeah. Restart it and stop it again? Stop, Paul. Somebody start, stop again? Okay. Cool. Try and restore it.
Byron, are we going to rotate again or not?
Yes, we are. You can take, how many got? 8. You can take,
So me and Ray can stay off now for the first round and we'll just swap like that again.
yeah, take, Raymond, you want to go on or off now? Yes or no? Quickly, now. Off. You go on. Okay, take off Justine.
Yeah.
You and Andre's coming off. We'll run it to 5. I'll be this side with Matthew. And then Nathan, Tronk, and who else did I miss? Okay, should be fine.
Okay.
There should be 8 of us. 5 on the field.
The website is up to date. Check that out. Thanks, guys.
Sometimes when they would have already updated with this play. Well, actually, give me a moment. I'm going to print it. Just update the flyer for the pros.
30 seconds. 20 seconds. 10 seconds.
All right, welcome back. Titans up against Sons of Liberty in our first quarterfinal of Division X 4-ball. It's a best of 2. 3 man aside, or 3 people aside. Very different kind of game. We've been playing 5-man paintball for a little while now. Now we're back to the 3-man. A little bit slower, much more tactical. See, not as many paintballs being thrown across. Nice movement on the right-hand side by Sons of Liberty. Also moving up to the center of the field by Sons of Liberty, whereas a Titan sitting back, waiting for Sons of Liberty to come to them. Also less time in the clock as well. Have to win by 2. Quarterfinalists will go through to the semi-finalists, where they will meet ProShar Misfits and No Show, who automatically get a place in the semi-finals. So one of the Sons of Liberty is making their way off the field. Sons of Liberty making a big move up into the halfway mark, standing up straight. Meanwhile, he's going to get hit from the left-hand side if he's not careful. Titans seeing that move. Sons of Liberty moving up. Here's going to be, a gung-ho movement. Both players eliminating each other, so I think we're down. 2 versus 1. Sons of Liberty stack in the back, but there's going to be movement down both sides of the field. It's being held tight by the man in snake corner. Meanwhile, Titans sending a play around the outside on the left-hand side, and that's going to be the game. Titans are going to secure that 1-0.
Towel. 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 Point approved.
So good start for the Titans against Sons of Liberty. Some great tactics. Waiting for Sons of Liberty to make a mistake. But up next, X Factor Blue against Vodka. X Factor playing from the left-hand side. Vodka from the right-hand side. And I believe at the players' party yesterday, there was a little bit of vodka. Hey, was there? Yeah, there was. Some of the players fighting through.
20 seconds. 10 seconds. Game on.
X Factor Blue up against Vodka. X Factor spreading out to the center of the field. Vodka also much the same, not spreading as many paintballs coming from Vodka. More of a conservative approach. X Factor moving up nicely to the middle of the field, getting behind that hotel. Not sure that's the best move in 3-man. Maybe want to move out to the sides like we saw that previous game with the Titans, using the extreme corners. Titans moving up a little bit on the left-hand side, just up to the first quarter mark. Vodka spread, and I think they've got themselves a kill, so only 2 players now for X Factor. Vodka now moving up into the big hotel they go. Player number 8 looking comfortable there, on his knees, low down. Sticking his head out, getting a little bit dangerous. Looking to see where his opponents are. Dorito run for Vodka. Big move up to Dorito. 3 now for X Factor Blue. Spreading themselves out across the field, opening up the angles. That hotel's going to be in trouble at that position where he is now. Dorito sticking his head out. Also limited time in here, so strategic play, making sure, keeping an eye on the clock and the scoreboard. 3 versus 2. Vodka still have 3 players on the field. At Dorito getting peppered for the X Factor. Now he's decided he's going to stick his head up. How long will he last? Gets back down, getting deep inside that Dorito as far as he can. And Vodka loses a player, the one at the hotel. Getting eliminated by the man from the Dorito. So movement up to Dorito T now for Vodka to try and cover that. X Factor still at the hotel and at the Dorito. And the man from the middle getting hold of the man at the hotel. X Factor down to just 1 player now, 2 versus 1. Movement up for Vodka. Clever move up, opening up the field now. 2 versus 1. And they managed to get him with just a minute on the clock, and they're going to wind it down. No, they're throwing the towel. So will X Factor be able to turn things around in the last minute that they have?
30 seconds. 20 seconds. 10 seconds.
So still 2 minutes for Sons of Liberty to turn it around against Titans. Sons of Liberty making a big move up to the hotel. Buddy's getting hit at the same time. And 2 down already, so just 1 player left for Sons of Liberty. This is going to end badly for them. 3 versus 1. Sons of Liberty stuck behind the big hotel. Titans are moving up, and that's the game. Seconds already, and Titans are going to secure this as a 2-0 win. So Sons of Liberty will secure a quick win there. And they will book themselves a place in the semi-finals. If I've done my maths correctly, they will come up against No Show in the semi-finals.
Point approved. Game finished.
So X Factor Blue against Vodka now with just 57 seconds on the clock. Can X Factor do something from the right-hand side of the field? X Factor all in Wolverines kit.
30 seconds. 20 seconds. 10 seconds. Game on.
X Factor up against Vodka. X Factor with a big move up to the middle of the field and managed to get their player number 69. Also out on the snake on the left, and then a Dorito number 2. So they've got nice field coverage. But time is not on their side. Only 40 seconds left on the clock. Vodka's just going to sit back and wait. Vodka spreading themselves out nicely now. Move up to Dorito 3 now for the X Factor. Vodka lose a player though, so it's 3 versus 2. And now X Factor move up. X Factor lose another player, so it's 2 versus 1. Up on Snake. Come X Factor. I don't think time is going to be on their side. They managed to get the kill, and they're going to be able to run through and stop the timer in 1 minute with at 1-1. But only 2 seconds left on the clock. And that's probably going to go into extra time.
Point approved.
So 1-1 it is. 2 seconds left on the clock.
Byron, they're playing overtime, eh? Byron! Byron! Byron, remember they're playing overtime now, yeah?
One minute.
Right, so to overtime the players go. X Factor up against Vodka. You saw was 1-1 after regulation time, so they go into 2 minutes. Correction, 3-minute overtime.
Whatever happened to my camera?
30 seconds. 20 seconds.
Like a little bodybuilding contest.
10 seconds.
Showing off for the camera.
Game on.
So Vodka losing a player very, very quickly in the breakout. They're down to 2, so 3 versus 2. Looks like X Factor not holding back here. They've moved up to the halfway mark already. Vodka losing another player, just one more player. 2 versus 1 now. Oh! And a quick hit. And that's how quickly things can turn around. X Factor are going to win this in extra time.
Base. Point approved.
So X Factor should meet up Pro Shah Misfits. The next round of matches, that's going to be the semi-finals for the Division 4 X-Ball. Pro Shah Misfits up against X Factor Blue. And No Show will now come into the action in the semi-finals. The winners of that will go through to a final. And there'll also be a 3rd and 4th place playoff as well.
Yeah, what's the time on it?
Okay.
Still, they were still setting it there. It's one crony them, and then we'll run it from 10 or 30 or whatever. Yeah. We've got a little crony. We're waiting for one there and 2 there. They're just in the pits, so we're croning all of them to try. Moan at me when I'm behind. Okay? We're now doing this.
And you now
I quit. I'm done. That's it. I'm out. I'm out of here. Well, they know they're supposed to play. They just don't know who or where. So the teams are all here. We don't know yet. Don't even know. We don't know yet.
I wanted to come and compliment you on those ugly pants. They look so much better than your face. Keep on wearing them.
Yeah, you're lucky you have a mask on so the camera doesn't see yours.
Titans right.
Sorry?
Misfits left, Titans right.
Misfits left, Titans right.
No show left, X Factor right.
No show left, X Factor right. Is that Pits or starting team? That's Pits, eh? I hope they heard it.
We'll see now.
Nobody's shuffling. Well, I know no shows.
That's X Factor, I think.
Titans. No show was playing X Factor.
There's X Factor going on, right?
No, that is not X Factor.
That is X Factor. That is X
X-Factor?
Titans.
Is that Titan? Oh, okay.
The Titans and X Factor is all got Wolverine players.
And then no shows playing.
Die kun je niet zo naar aangaan. Moet ik dat van afval? Byron, X-Factor is playing right. First, eh?
No, Misfits is playing first left against Titans right.
Misfits, Titans. Misfits, Titans, and then no show and
X-Factor.
the other ones, yeah.
Okay, it has not had it on this side either.
Not that I can get it, I just haven't had it.
Sometimes some of the things just takes a while for it to refill.
That's the commitment we need.
All right, so we got confirmation now of the semi-finals, and you'll see how that'll progress through to the final and the third place playoff. You can also see the next round of players. Ignore the times, we're running ahead of schedule at the moment, so X Factor SA will come up against the Syndicate later on, and Doomsday Raptors up against Kings 2. That'll happen directly after these playoffs. 3-man playoffs at the moment. We're going to start with the ProShar Misfits up against Titans. That'll start in a few minutes' time. You can see the countdown clock's currently set on 3, with No Show up against X Factor Blue. Winners go through to the final, and the losers will go into a 3rd and 4th place playoff.
Was it set up for 10 or 30? Cool, run it on 30.
30 seconds. 20 seconds.
Let's go, Titans!
10 seconds.
3-man paintball on the go.
Snake down, 100 ho!
Game on.
And now I've got the right microphone.
Towel. Towel. Point approved. Seconds.
So no show come up against X Factor.
Seconds.
This is semi-finals, Division 4 X-Ball. Both players, both sides of the big breakout. X Factor getting onto the knees, getting onto that Dorito too. No show with a nice spread across the field. Center, right, and left of the mid. But X Factor sent a player up to the hotel. Movement now to the right-hand side by the no-show. Looking to make it out to that snake corner. Moving out to near snake. Noticed as he did it, trying to cover it. And moving up to near snake as well for X Factor. X Factor moved up nicely. They got one in Dorito, two. And he gets hit in the head as he stuck his head out there. So just down to 2 players now for X Factor. No show will feel they have this game. X Factor calling the shot, stuck in the hotel, stuck in this near snake tower. And another X Factor player has been eliminated. So just this one man left for X Factor. No show should move out to the left-hand side of the field. That'll open it up. Some aggressive movement by the one player still left. Just checking his mask. Thinks he might have been hit. Referee says he's still